And I guess just as a reminder, this is the final presentation for the applied practicum for any of our students who are finishing at Thomas More, who are finishing up their
Oh,
advanced internship or practicum. We usually carve out at least 15 minutes to present the formal work product. So take it away. If you wouldn't mind kind of
okay.
introduce yourself, just professionally in the way you normally would. So I don't miss any details of your background and how you found this particular internship, that'd be great. And then dive into the
Okay.
details.
Okay, sir. So, my name is Ahba MPH, and I have done my bachelor's in pharmacy, and now I am like currently pursuing my master's in public health. So, I was looking for something that is related to environmental health. Um, during the summer for any internships, and I then came across this company known as Becton Dickinson. uh, its headquarters are in New Jersey, and the plant that I went for my internship is located in Canaan, Connecticut, and so through that when I applied to that internship. Um, um, Firstly, I applied for the job, but after that, they took me for a non-paid internship there. So, yeah, and then I met my preceptor, who is Yunus Muhammad, and then I started my internship there. He is a project manager there, and then yeah. So BD is like Becton Dickinson. It is a major global like medical technology company, and my internship mainly focused on improving the workplace safety, strengthening the compliance, and applying what the public health principles are in an industrial manufacturing environment. So my work like primarily emphasized what is like the lockout tagout improvements, the slip trip and fall prevention, and data driven injury analysis. uh yeah, so I would start with the introduction. So it is actually a facility that like it manufactures more than 2 billion medical syringes per year, and it has more than 60 production lines. And because the environment is very highly like automated there, and it runs 24/7, workers face many potential hazards like chemical exposures, mechanical pinch points, um, repetitive strains, and slip, trip, fall risks. So, this makes the environmental health and safety department the most essential for protecting the workers and ensuring the compliance with the OSHA, FDA, and the ISO standards. So, from a public health perspective, like this setting represents population level injury prevention and occupational health promotion, which reinforces the idea that healthy workers contribute to healthy communities. Um, so, my APE, that is Applied Practical Experience, is work was centered on five major areas. So the first one is developing the lockout or tagout SOP, that is the standard operating procedure for the line 812 after a severe injury incident there. The second was conducting slip, trip, fall analysis to identify the high risk areas. Third, I created a Power BI dashboards using the data from like past 3 years. Fourthly, investigating the chemical exposure and the laceration incidents, and then correcting the PPE requirements. and the last one was supporting the documentation and compliance work for the FDA or ISO readiness. All these projects were related directly to the public health goal of preventing injuries um, before they occur. So, like these were my learning objectives before like I started my internship. So my learning objectives were like aligned with the core MPH competencies. I aimed to understand the regulatory frameworks like the OSHA, FDA, ISO 45001, improved my skills in SOP writing, learning the data analytics with Power BI, and then gained exposure with hazard identifications. So and these objectives reflect the public health skills such as systems thinking, communication, and ethical decision making. So, like in this lockout tagout SOP, I was responsible for writing it, analyzing the slip tip for risks there, building the dashboards, and investigating the incidents. These tasks required my collaboration. I in collaboration with like the operators, the mechanics, the engineers, and the supervisors. So, like this multidisciplinary teamwork was like reflected the core public health approach, multiple systems working, so that working together, like to protect the population health. Yeah. So the my first work product was hazard control and compliance. Like that is that developing the lockout tagout standard operating procedure. So one of my it was a multi-vac line A12, and this project was initiated after a serious injury involving two finger amputations, which was caused by incomplete energy isolation. Like when the line was started and when it was like stopped, due to the incomplete energy isolation, that incident took place. So in the SOP that I include that yeah, yeah. So in the SOP that I filled it out from the previous SOPs, and by reaching out to the different people there, I filled out this SOP. And it is like the uh, what should be like followed when the line is started or not. So this is the diagram for like the uh it's a diagram for the line which has like the energy isolation maps. So as we can see here, like it is the e-stop, that stops like when the for prevention of like when the like if someone's hand or anything like reaches out to that line, it helps to stop it and prevent it. And like this and there are different lockouts here, like the electrical lockout, in the first one, the donor electrical lockout, and the air lockout in the like in the last one is like the Brenton air lockout. So whenever the line is shut down or started, we have to see if they are correctly stopped or not, or else it might lead to like isolation of energy within the line, and it can lead to major, it can directly impact the workers working there. So it is the primary prevention tool for eliminating the hazards, like before the exposure occurs. And this map is very much crucial for, like, this diagram is very much crucial for preventing the unintentional startup. So operators and mechanics mainly rely on these visuals during the maintenance. And from a public health standpoint, I would like to say that this supports injury prevention by addressing the hazards at their source, like where it is starting. So this diagram also supports the regulatory requirements under the OSHA like 1910. So uh, I got the diagram, and I went there and saw all the parts, and then I labeled it, knowing each and every part of the line. So this is the line 812. As you can see, it is it has the different parts of the electrical lockouts, the A lockouts, the um multi-vac A lockout. Like that is between the main thing here is the e-stops. There are 4 e-stops here. um yeah.
When the line's running, about how many people are on it working?
uh uh I saw like 10 to 15 people uh, while I was at the line.
I believe like there are multiple people on the line of the floor, but it ranges between 1 and 5 people on an average, focusing on various areas.
Is this line run across 3 shifts or just 1 or 2
Yeah,
shifts a day?
we have 2 shifts across 24 hours, 12 hours each shift. So this runs 2 shifts. Like
Okay, I
this is
didn't
the
mean to
part.
interrupt. I
Yeah.
can hold my questions till the end. I was just curious looking
Yep.
at it. Thanks.
Mhm. Yeah, so this is the laceration incident that took place at this plant, like some time ago. And it was one of the incidents that I investigated that involved laceration caused by improper guarding and glove mismatch. So during my investigation, I reviewed the task sequence and the machine guarding, and I identified where the workers' hands were entering the danger zones. Um, I also checked, like, I also saw the glove selection and found that it was not really rated for shop hazards. And then I came to a conclusion that adding reinforced cut resistant gloves and improved point of operation guarding can really help, like, prevent these kind of incidents. And so this is a clear example, like, of public health in action, reducing risk, preventing future injuries, and like strengthening worker protection is really very important. Such investigations helps to avoid repeated incidents and support data-driven corrective actions. Mm, so, uh, sorry. Um, so this is the Power BI dashboard that I created. Uh, I analyzed the 3 years of environmental safety observations and the incident data, and then built dashboards to, like, visualize the trends. That is the um, slip, trip, fall events were the most common, and making up like nearly 59% of reported injuries. Uh, the uh, these have the that in the bar graph, the map and the HV map areas, like these are the place where the ESO incidents took place, and these are the numbers. And since most ESO submissions like came from plant-wide areas, it showed a good reporting culture, and it also highlighted the hotspots. So these dashboards really help us support like the real-time decision making and area-specific interventions, and also like targeting the training for the most high-risk zones, which is like the HV map. And I think the blank one is like confidential place something, so they did not mention it here. And so from a public health perspective, it is an example of like epidemiological surveillance, that using data to identify the exposure trends, determine the risk factors, and also helping to guide like the preventive actions. Mm, like here were like these total were like 5,632 submissions, and among which like 5,384 cases like were resolved, and like 248 are yet open corrective actions. So this indicates a very strong engagement, that shows the areas where the follow-up is needed. So we need to identify the gaps in response, and like follow up on the incomplete investigations there. So yeah, my work strengthened BD's injury prevention systems, like by improving documentation, enhancing the compliance, and identifying the risk areas. So this aligns with like public health services such as protecting the worker health, strengthening regulatory compliance, using data for prevention, and then ensuring safe environments for a larger worker population there. Some of the challenges that I faced was like while during my internship were like incomplete incident reports. SOP, filling the SOP complexity was a bit complex for me, and the time constraints. To address these, I recommended like redesigning reporting forms, suggested dual format SOPs, prioritizing the like tasks that has to be like using it weekly planning. And these challenges really help me strengthen my like problem solving skills, and also my leadership skills. um, So I developed technical skills like SOP writing, data analysis, hazard evaluation, along with like soft skills in teamwork and communication. Um, these abilities are like essential in public health, especially in like occupational health and industrial settings. So this internship showed me like how safety, quality, and operations, all of them intersect with each other in a regulated manufacturing environment. I also gained experience applying like public health frameworks to real world problems, like using data, improving the safety culture, and strengthening the compliance. And all, so these all help me like the experience really um, increased my interest in occupational health and industrial safety. So in conclusion, like APE at BD was like it improved my safety processes, strengthened compliance documentation, it supported data-driven decision making, and it contributed to employee well-being. So this experience like really was, I can say, it was like transformative, and also prepared me for future roles in occupational health and public health leadership. So, yeah, thank you. This was it.
That's fantastic.
Thank you, sir.
From my perspective, it's good to see the line drawn out. Uh, it was helpful for me to see that illustration, and going from the last time we talked about your work products to now, it's the things you chose to share were pretty helpful and helped me understand the process a lot better. I'd generally like to hear from the preceptor, Eunice, just overall what your thoughts are. I have a couple technical questions or questions related to the numbers, such as, you know, what the 5,600 submissions, that's a pretty large number, and something that statistics could be used on, to look at trends over certain numbers of months or days or hours and shift. But that's just me wondering what more could be done on a statistical level. But stepping back from that, kind of what was your experience as a preceptor and teaching? I don't know if you teach or take time out to help train people very often, but how did things go from your perspective?
Hey, things went well as per my perspective as far as Ahba goes. We have worked on all our like work products, like she mentioned, our documentation that we needed help with, and so we like look analyzing and looking at the lines and surveying the areas, and she highlighted that most our one of the high volume areas that we have a lot of manufacturing lines in has a lot of product falling off on the floor, due to which we have slip, trip, and falls across the that particular area, production area. So we implemented cleaning procedures there with Amber's help, and helped the reduce the safety incidents. It's so we the couple of OSHA recordable incidents happened in our plant, due to which we had to take some measures to uh, uh, reduce the occurrences, or prevent the occurrence from happening. And she helped analyze some data for me to get those things happen. And as far as her professionalism goes, and punctuality, she was very exceptional for me. uh, I was a little bit flexible. I'm a little flexible with other people as well on the time, but she was. She had spent a lot of time here to get her work completed. We had regular meetings, and she was uh, uh, presenting herself very well, and I had good reviews.
So is there anything else that you'd like her to wrap up or finish with, or in terms of the work that you've assigned?
So it's been I believe we have finished almost all the works. We'll discuss uh, like I believe we had our like final reports and everything done with her. But I'll discuss if I'll reach out to her if I need anything from her.
Do you have any kind of final requests for the Becton Dickinson or the company or your preceptor that you'd like to do before you kind of wrap up your time there?
Um, I think I would really, after working there, I am really like looking forward for anything or in the same company for any any other internships in the EHS, because after working in an EHS environment, I am looking forward for like it is really very good for me like working in an area where to protect the safety of the workers there, because yeah, so yeah, I would see for anything that I would practically work in a real world with the title or something in the EHS area in the same company. I would like to start up with the same company. So yeah.
Do you know if there's any kind of next step job opportunities that you could apply for?
Yeah, sir. Yes, sir. It's an EHS engineer kind of position. So I'm looking forward to apply for it. Um, like after completing my master's.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. So from my perspective, I've worked on different kinds of public health projects, and it's a little bit of a challenge to shift from thinking about patients and populations to workers, but
Yeah.
working on doing worker health projects to the limited extent that I have done that is pretty it's pretty interesting, and the kinds of applying Power BI and looking at um, workers in terms of their different levels of risk, from the chemical risk up to different kinds of environmental risk, I think is a I don't know, it's a niche profession that hopefully this company can help you kind of navigate your next career options. But even just in healthcare, I know that we look at we utilize Power BI to assess how different clinics across our network are treating the patients. And in some cases, we look at assaults of on nurses and other kinds of things that generate workman's comp claims. So yeah, I guess that's just me suggesting
Yeah.
if
No.
there's a way to translate and um, the experience you have now into other kinds of occupational health domains. I think making sure that your experience on Power BI and any kind of other technical aspects, technical trainings or certificates that you may have gotten are, reflected on your resume, and that your preceptor and anybody you worked with there has um, confidence to give you a good recommendation. I think that's all we're looking to achieve with a
Yes.
internship like this. So thanks for the presentation and for both of you joining.
Thank you, sir. Thank you for listening as well. Yeah.
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 I won't keep you too long. It's already kind of late in the evening here. So any final comments from either one of you or questions for me? I already sent an assessment that preceptors I hope can complete at the end of the practicum. So I don't have too much else. I'll go through your portfolio overall and assign a grade after I get the assessment from the preceptor.
I just have a question about the portfolio. I submitted my reflection paper and I will now submit my PPT as well. So, what else do I have to submit to complete the APE?
I'll look at it tomorrow and I'll send you an email if there's anything missing. But I think the last time I checked, you pretty much had everything covered.
Okay, sir. Thank you
I'll
so
let you
much.
tomorrow if I'll let you know tomorrow or before Monday at least
Okay,
if I
sir.
see anything missing.
Okay, sir. Thank you so
Thank you
much.
so much.
Yeah, it was great. Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.
Okay, bye.